You have learned to bury your guilt with anger. I will teach you to confront it and to face the truth. You know how to fight 6 men. We can teach you how to engage 600. You know how to disappear. We can teach you to become truly invisible.
Invisible?
Abhi! Ninja understands that invisibility is a matter of patience and agility. Always mind your surroundings. Ninjutsu employs explosive powders.
As weapons?
Or distractions. Theatricality and deception are powerful agents. You must become more than just a man in the mind of your opponent.
Who is he?
And that clip there was Ra's al Ghul, the head of the demon, teaching the young Bruce Wayne, the young Batman, the ways of the League of Shadows. And as you heard him say, invisibility, the ability to fight 600 men at one time, and theatrics and deception used as a powerful ally. You must appear more than what you are in the eyes of your enemy. Now, I've often spoke about the Ghost Army, which would be very similar to the fictional League of Shadows from the Batman mythology. But for those that are either new to my work or maybe have forgotten, I'll just do a quick recap. I believe there is a ghost army that belongs to the City of London. Well above, say, the SAS, well above, say, MI5, well above the Navy SEALs, well above the Green Berets. I'm talking the top of shadowy special forces. I imagine they are trained by the British intelligence services, and yeah, you know, it's very hard to prove their existence as we're talking a real secret organization that doesn't have any traces. They are invisible, of course, unlike, you know, the SAS and MI5, which we all know about. We know where their buildings are, we know where their barracks are, we know about them all the time. They've got TV shows. They're not so secretive. They're not so hidden. They are the organizations that are known to the public. But as for the Ghost Army, the League of Shadows, there will never be a trace of them, okay? Now, what do these guys do? These guys run around in the shadows, invisible, and they use theatrics and deception to tag regular soldiers. And when I say tag, I'm talking like the schoolyard game of tag, you're it. So what the League of Shadows will do is they'll wear any uniform necessary. They'll dress up in Ukrainian uniforms and go and tag the Russian army, purposely drop bombs besides them, around them, shoot weapons generally in their direction. But here's the interesting thing. They will not actually kill anyone. These guys do not kill. They create the theater of war. Okay? They do not kill anyone. So they will make sure their artillery and their rockets will land very close, but never on target. Their target is to be off target and to give the illusion of a war to the regular soldiers who have no idea what's happening. Because for them, it's all real. For illusion warfare to be pulled off, soldiers and the public have to believe it's real. And the only way you're going to do that is with big explosions, bullets, and the noises and everything that comes along with a war have to be there for this to be pulled off. And this is where the Ghost Army come in, okay? A little bit off topic here, but I would put the Ghost Army as the main culprits of 9/11. They would have gone in, dressed up as firemen, made sure that building was well clear, made sure everything was clear below before they dropped the buildings, okay? These guys make sure that no one gets hurt. So back to Ukraine, they will go in to a village, dressed up in whatever uniform they need to be, and they will clear that village, then they will bomb the shit out of it, and then they have created a movie set. And then the real, regular, unbeknownst army turns up, and they assume that the city has been blown up via the enemy. Vice versa, it doesn't matter. Ukrainians thinking it's Russians, Russians thinking it's the Ukrainians. It doesn't matter. They will believe it, okay? So that's that. I hope people understand what I mean when I say the League of Shadows or the Ghost Army. If you don't, let me know in the comments and I'll do some more videos. But yeah, essentially they are the puppeteers. They are the ones creating the theatre of war. Literally, stage hands. Yeah, they are the hidden hand, but they are the stage hands. You know, when you see these TikTok videos of Ukrainian soldiers like driving down a road and there'll be like a tank over here, then they'll have to turn around because there's a blown up Jeep there, then they'll have to turn slightly because there's a massive crater there. The Ghost Army would have gone in and placed them there like props. They are building the theatre of war so that the unbeknownst, easily fooled NPC types that are in the military genuinely believe they're driving through a war zone. And then, of course, they share that information via TikTok, via Instagram, via social media. Open sourced intelligence. Anyway, I've got an interesting video now from Sky News that we're going to watch, and I think this is it. I think this is kind of a revelation of the method. You know, a lot of us believe that they, the hidden hand, at some point, somewhere, always have to tell you honestly what they're doing. And I don't know. We'll take a look at this Sky News video and I think you'll find it very interesting.
Tipping the balance on the battlefield in Ukraine's favour.
These British weapons are vital for Ukraine, giving troops the ability to hit valuable Russian targets at a distance with precision.
So there you go, guys. British weapons. That's our first clue.
We have to get back to the car now quickly. We've been told we've got 4 minutes to get out of here.
With Russian guns able to strike back fast, it could be fatal to stand still. No one hangs around.
So I don't know about that whole running business. I think that's a bit of theatre for this news segment. But it's interesting what they said about then the Russians will strike back 4 minutes later. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is tagging. Tag, you're it. They will purposely, the Ghost Army will purposely fire rockets off target. Remember, they don't want to kill anyone. It will land very close to the enemy forces, whether that's Russian or Ukrainian. It doesn't matter. The Ghost Army is there to prank everyone. And then, of course, that gives away their position and then they can then retaliate. So now the guys on the other side believe they're really getting shot at and they believe they're really firing rockets back at a genuine military, when actually it's the Ghost Army, tag your it, and then they vanish.
Hours earlier, Sky News went to meet soldiers operating the multiple launch rocket systems given to Ukraine by the UK.
We're being taken to the rocket launcher now. We've been told to turn off our mobile phones to avoid them being tracked. The location of the site is top secret.
Yeah, again, I don't know if that's all drama and theatre for the cameras to make this really interesting. But I imagine if you somehow were ever going to get close to the Ghost Army, yeah, there would be no fucking cameras. There would be no nothing. They'd probably put a bag over your head as you drive towards them. I don't know why the Ghost Army would actually let the news in unless this is our final moment of revelation of the method, where by karmic law, they, the hidden hand, have to tell the masses what they're doing to avoid karmic repercussions. Let's carry on.
Each launcher is well hidden to avoid detection by Russia. It's the first time anyone's been granted access to one of the British systems in this war.
So I don't understand why they would have to hide so much. Unless they're probably mostly hiding from the public. People with cameras. The regular Ukrainian military who haven't got a clue they're being played. Because, you know, they might assume that they're on the same side and walk over and start asking questions. So, interesting that it's all hidden. Yet again, just to be clear, I'm theorising here, this all could be just pure acting and theatre and nothing more. Propaganda.
We're not allowed to say where it is, other than eastern Ukraine, and identifying soldiers is forbidden.
So all the way from the UK, yeah?
Yep.
From the UK, wow.
The UK has given Ukraine 6 of these rocket launchers. Veterans of past wars, winning new fans. The soldiers live in the cabin as well as fight. Telltale signs of its origin aren't hard to find. These are the missiles. It can hold 12 in total, each with a range of more than 50 miles.
How does it feel when you launch them?
50-mile range, man. That's pretty impressive. 50 miles. So the guys firing this haven't got a clue where it's landing. There would have to be someone with like a laser guidance system at the other end, making sure it hits where it's, you know, supposed to hit, or more likely not hit. They always make the missiles land close but never kill. These guys don't kill. They're doing their best to keep people alive, actually. They're all about creating the theatre of war. That's what they're all about. Yeah, there'll be some kind of like, what they call like a laser designator. You point the laser on what you want it to hit, and then once the missile comes within range, it will then hit where your laser's pointing. So there would be another Ghost Army team close by, pranking whoever they're pranking.
You know you're attacking Russia.
Ну, я знаю, що я отримав ці координати, я їх забив, я їх зафіксував.
I mean, the guy's called Ghost Rider. I don't know, man. A little on the nose, isn't it? Ghost Rider.
І після пуску перше відчуття було серце так, все. А далі все спокійно.
Resupplies are crucial because these weapons are in use multiple times a day.
Sorry, what did Ghost Rider actually just say? I think it's quite important to probably listen to what he's saying.
In total, each with a range of more than 50 miles.
How does it feel when you launch them and you know you're attacking Russia?
Ну, я знаю, що я отримав
I know I received the coordinates. I load them into the computer.
ці координати, я їх забив, я їх зафіксував. І
And after launch, my first feeling was my heart was like this.
після пуску перше відчуття було серце так,
Boom, boom.
все. А далі все спокійно.
Resupplies are crucial because these...
You know, maybe they're not... Maybe they're trainees. Maybe they're underlings of the Ghost Army. I always like to stop on things like this to see if I see any, like, interesting numbers. M31AA. Do not drop. Don't drop the missiles.
Weapons are in use multiple times a day. A commander even claims almost a third of Ukraine's successes in a major counter-offensive right now in the east has been thanks to British as well as German rocket launchers. Suddenly a call comes in. They've got a new mission. Go right a bit, one soldier.
They keep showing us this bacon grill can of food. Now, I don't know if bacon grill means anything. I'm just gonna run it through the numerology calculator. So bacon equals 22. A grill equals 31. And together, it equals 30 in Chaldean numerology and 48 in Pythagorean. So I don't know. If anyone's got any ideas what bacon might mean, like why they keep showing us this bacon grill. I mean, it's a bit of a stretch, but old Francis Bacon, who is also William Shakespeare, is the one who coined the phrase, the world is a stage. So, I don't know.
Says, target locked. The commander, in English, says fire.
That commander right there that just said fire, he sounded very English. He sounded like he had a northern accent. So yet again, maybe all these guys are not Ghost Army. Maybe just that one guy over there is a Ghost Army guy showing these guys or using these guys as useful idiots. Who knows?
The switch is flicked. We watch from a distance. The target is apparently a mobile command post. Video footage has been capturing the impact of artillery strikes similar to the one we witnessed. Here, Russian armoured vehicles are destroyed.
So that, as she just said, that bit of footage there was similar to what she's seen. So that wasn't the actual footage from what just got launched. But see, the average NPC normie at home wouldn't get that. They'd obviously assume that that was the same bit of footage, even though I told you directly it wasn't. Anyway.
Western rocket launchers are key for Ukraine to stand a chance to counter Russia's long-range artillery. Ukrainian soldiers even received training in the UK on how to use the British system.
Дуже вони багато нам що дали, і ми, завдяки цим тренуванням ми зараз виконуємо завдання.
So there you go, trained in Britain.
Завдяки цим тренуванням через 3 дня після повернення з Англії ми вже виконували завдання бойові.
The soldiers constantly check encrypted devices for new orders. Another one comes in.
Encrypted devices. I'm guessing that's very, very, very advanced smartphones. Like think of the best smartphone you know of, which I don't know what it is. I don't know. The iPhone fucking 29 or whatever it is. Imagine that. 50 years ahead of time. They've probably got that already. Probably very, very advanced bits of kit. Yeah.
And out they roll. It's a relentless fight for survival. And the aim is to win. Deborah Haynes, Sky News, in eastern Ukraine.
So there you go. British weapons, British trained, British accents. Ghost Rider. Don't know, there was a lot of clues there to what I would call the Ghost Army. And whether or not that was actually them there with their faces blurred out, I don't know. But I think this is kind of like showing you how it's done. Anyway, let me know what you think. We live in a twilight world. There are no friends at dusk.